the 21st until this past Sunday, which was the 28th, was my highest week with DoorDash. And how high, you might ask? Hey guys, Hafa Adai. So this isn't a ride along, but I do hope that you'll come on in, have a seat, and let's have a chat. I just wanted to do a quick follow-up from the video that I had posted a few days ago on the DoorDash pay cut, or the frustration I deal with the DoorDash. But first, I just want to say, thank you so much for everybody who watched the video. For those of you guys that is now following my channel because of that, and I do hope that you'll keep coming back to watch videos and to see what I have to offer, as well as to post my questions and thoughts based on my experience in the gig economy. And secondly, I want to say, for those that left comments, gave their experience, as well as offered some insight into how the DoorDash base pay works. For the most part, I think I have a better understanding now. I mean, it's the only thing that still gets me, which, I'm sure a lot of drivers feel this way too, with the base pay just not being consistent. To me, I'm sorry, with the whole desirability part of the equation there, to figure out what your base pay is going to be for every offer, it's still too broad. That just leaves too much room and too much control in DoorDash's hands on what they're going to set as the base pay. But as much as I and a lot of drivers out there feel that there's negative aspects to DoorDash and even these other platforms, there is still a lot of positive ones out there as well. It's I say this only because this past week, that from Monday to this past Sunday, was probably my highest week with DoorDash since I started. So despite my frustrations with this app and some of the downsides, the app still pays. And so it pays to learn from your mistakes. It pays to gain experience, so you know what you're looking for when these offers come in. Okay, so touching base with the acceptance rate. The acceptance rate, now that is something else I still have a struggle with. There was a couple of people that I may have responded to that left comments on that video with my frustrations with DoorDash Pay, is that the acceptance rates, I still have such a hard time on trying to increase it. For those that are more experienced, know that when you're working the night shifts, those tend to have better offers. So you're less likely, to deny offers that are coming in because they tend to pay better. But the downside of that is I don't just work the evenings. I schedule myself to work during the day as well, in the morning or in the afternoons. And sometimes, those are still hit and misses with decent offers, great offers. And then, of course, those really sucky backward offers, which, makes no sense to put it out there for any driver to even consider to accept. But so that is a constant struggle. I mean, it still crosses my mind to do those challenges, where I accept every offer. But then that just really, yes, it'll keep my wheels moving. It'll keep me busy. But with as many of the low offers that have been coming through, that's where, it might put it in DoorDash's, algorithm or whatever to consider, oh, they accepted these type of offers. Let's just keep throwing those offers their way. because they accepted them before type things. And the one time that I accidentally selected do earn by time. So yeah, the very first offer that came through was it was 7 miles and no tip, at least not on the app. The customer ended up giving me $10 in cash. So those are another one of those things where, should I take it? You know, because it might be one of those customers, which I do get customers who tell me that, where they would rather pay in cash the tip directly to the driver because they feel that the driver's not getting all the money. And for the customers to say that, you know, there must have been some experience. Something may have happened where, you know, they know the driver's not getting all the tip that they're giving. So it's out there in reference to that. So that's a struggle of mine as well, is to decide on whether maybe it's going to be one of those, you know, it's going to be one of those where the customer is going to tip in cash. But I think some of those I might be more keen to accept if the miles aren't too high. But with this follow-up video, I just wanted it to end on a positive note, that despite some of the flaws this app has, it still has a lot to offer. So with this one here, as I mentioned, from last Monday, which I believe was the 21st, until this past Sunday, which was the 28th, was my highest week with DoorDash. And how high, you might ask? Now granted, each day, if I was able to, to get a shift during the day and then a shift at night, I was working anywhere with DoorDash. That is 1 hour to maybe 3 hours in one day. And making anywhere from $8 in one shift to as much as $54 in an active shift. But in total, it might not sound as much, but at least to me, based off of my experience and my lifetime, orders with DoorDash, it's the highest for me. But I was able to do a total of 26 deliveries during that week, and I ended up making DoorDash pay alone was $86, and then the tips was pretty much twice the amount. I did $163.36 in tips, so in total I did $249.36. So like I said, I wanted to end this DoorDash video on a positive note. So like I said, despite the frustrations that DoorDash has caused with me and a lot of other drivers out there, it still has its positive aspects. So I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep learning, and I'm going to keep choosing the offers that makes sense for me. I may offer my insight on what to look for when you are deciding on whether to accept or decline an offer, but bottom line is, you have to do what's going to make sense for you. What's going to make sense for the type of vehicle you're using, for your specific market, and of course on how long you're wanting to work for that specific shift. But like I said at the start of the video, thank you guys so much for watching my video, subscribing to my channel, and I do hope that you'll keep coming back, and don't forget to hit the like button. Make sure you stay tuned to see my upcoming video, which is going to show on whether we beat our highest payday to date. So until next time, make sure you guys stay safe out there, stay vigilant. Let's get out there and make that money, but make it home safely. So until next time, adios for now.